Well, hello, Christopher.
Roger.
I want to tell you about a magical place I know.
What magical place?
It's this wonderful bar called Red Dragon Inn.
The Red Dragon Inn?
You can gamble, you can drink, and you can roughhouse with your friends. But don't run out of gold. They don't like it there.
Well, they don't like it if you pass out of the bar
No,
either.
They'll throw you out and make you sleep in the stables.
Absolutely.
Do you know where you can go to find more information on Red Dragon Inn?
Do tell.
SlugFestGames.com/ETG.
I like it.
Also check out their other games such as
Battle for Greyport,
Fishing for Terrorist,
and High Noon Saloon.
Guys, SlugFestGames.com/ETG for more.
Whether
You're a guy in a cape or a rogue who's sneaky.
join
Myself,
and me
as we
entertain the geeky.
I didn't really feel like name dropping. Hey, Cody. Hey, Terrence.
Hello.
Hey.
I got Terrence half drink a beer there.
He's like,
so
I'm here.
Here we go. Ready for this?
Yeah.
One name
hold
only.
on, time out. Before we do that,
Oh.
we have a moment of silence to observe. Wolverine and Swamp Thing co-creator Lynn Wein has died. So, as customary on the show, we're going to observe a moment of silence for him. All right.
All right, guys. So you cannot ask this person about work. You cannot be a fan of. You can't ask them about what they do or how much you love them. Who in Hollywood or who is someone famous that you want to go and have a beer with under the preconception you're just having a beer with your friend?
Shit.
So
You're
it's-
welcome.
Yeah. So it's not like, oh my God, Jared Leto, I love your work in this. I love your. No, it's, hey Jared, what's up? How are the kids?
I'd want to go rock
Gotcha.
climbing with the dude.
That's a good question.
The look on their
I
faces.
am going to say.
Could it be somebody I think is hot?
Yeah, it could be someone you think is hot. It
Okay,
doesn't
Chris
have to be.
Evans, done.
Chris Evans?
Done and done.
See, that would just get awkward fast. You'd just be like, all of them. I'm gonna say,
I would.
well, you know,
I
this
really would.
this guy is pretty hot, but I'm going to say Hugh Jackman because he seems like a genuinely nice guy, and I think that he would just be. I think he'd be cool to have a beer with.
I think he could drink you under the table.
He probably could.
I've seen you
I
drink.
hope that he would
Drink you under the table.
Yes. No.
It's like drink and get under the table,
Yeah.
dude.
No, I mean he seems like an awesome, genuine guy. Oh, damn!
What?
I would also say maybe Tom Hanks.
Tom
Hanks
Hanks.
would be
Tom
fucking
Hanks would
the
be-
shit, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to say Tom Hanks.
I'm not, but
Tom Hanks is a close second to
I
me.
would kick it with Tom Hanks for sure.
But I'm
Well, that's
drinking a
what
beer
you're
with
doing.
Chris Evans.
But I'm gonna go with Chris Evans.
He's going with Chris Evans.
I-
Yeah.
Hopefully, I would get invited. But
No.
You would get
Yeah,
it.
it's just
No.
one-on-one.
Yeah.
Just one-
Absolutely.
just them.
After a
That's
while.
all right. I'm kicking it with Tom Hanks. I mean, I'm winning. So
Maybe not. All right, so we got Cody and Terrence here, our movie guys. We're going to talk about fall movies coming out, or that have already come out, because the big one hit already.
Yes,
It hit really hard.
really hard.
And it was amazing.
Yes,
Mhm.
I desperately want to see it.
Apparently, it is really funny.
Well, I have not heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that, that there's actual moments of just pure comedy gold in this movie.
Okay.
That it's not in your face scary. That it's not a jump. Like there's jump scares, but it's not a jump scare movie. It's more that subtle creepiness movie.
Uh-huh.
I've also heard that it's more of a, and this might be a stretch from this critic, but a coming of age movie.
Yeah, well, that's what it
than
is.
well, yeah, but like more than it is scary.
But they took the sex scene out, so thank God for that.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, in the book, there is a sex scene that they took out of the movie, in both versions, because no one really wants to see kids have an orgy.
No.
Oh, God.
That's
No.
actually in there. Stephen King.
Sick
Stephen King's
fuck.
kind of a pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So I had never seen it before.
You haven't seen the Tim Curry one?
I hadn't. And I
have.
did finally watched it like 3 weeks ago at home.
And?
And I thought it was terrible.
We did not watch the second half all the way through.
We didn't watch the second half all the way through. But I was just kind of bored. But I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
First off,
The
It doesn't
first
really-
half is really
I guess I
boring.
didn't realize that it was so campy.
So 90s horror,
Yeah.
90s
Yeah.
miniseries.
I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and you didn't watch it when you were a kid when it was first. That's how I found
I
out my
wasn't
mom
allowed
lied to me.
I wasn't allowed to.
See, I wasn't either, but I snuck it anyway when it first came on. And like, I was laying in bed, couldn't sleep at night. My mom goes, "Don't worry." He just grabbed Georgie, and they had a big party. So that's how I found out my mom lied to me.
Wow.
My mom has lied.
But I will tell you, going back and watching the Tim Curry one, he seemed very creepy, child molestery type of
He was
thing. Like,
Yeah.
it completely grossed me out more watching it a couple weeks ago than I did ever before. Because I was like, wow.
It's a scene when he opens his mouth and the razor blade
He's
teeth.
just
I
like,
don't know.
yeah.
Oh, and then the Chinese restaurant. Did you get to the Chinese restaurant scene?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, where they're adults.
Where they met for dinner at the Chinese restaurant.
Oh, when they were...
And they
I
pop
got
open
you.
the
Yeah,
fortune
yeah, yeah.
cookie, and there's that eyeball just
Yeah.
looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we didn't finish the second half. The second half is better than the first.
It
half.
is.
Now, my younger brother, he did sneak and watched it when he was a kid, and for the longest time we could not figure out why he was so terrified of clowns. And then one day it was on TV, like in the background, and he's like, "That's the clown, that's the clown," and we're like, "Motherfucker!" He watched it somehow.
Did you-
I don't know how he did it?
You remember Charles? Big Charles? Charles, I don't want to say his last name.
Yeah,
Yeah, Big
Yeah,
Charles.
yeah.
He's terrified of clowns because of that movie.
yeah. I
So
think
yeah.
I get it.
But it's
I
making a lot of money. It made
Yeah.
$770 million opening weekend.
Not 770 million.
I thought it was. Are you talking about worldwide?
Yeah, worldwide.
Oh.
770
Something
worldwide.
like
That's
that.
not
Hold on.
no.
I
did
know.
not.
I think I heard 117.
Maybe.
Maybe 117. There's no way it made 770 million.
And it definitely broke records for
If
like
Spider-Man,
September openings.
if Spider-Man did 800 million to this point, there's no way it beat Spider-Man
True.
on
Yeah.
opening weekend.
Yeah.
But we do want to see the new one, though.
It's the biggest R-rated movie ever, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I read that.
We do want
We
to
were
see
actually
it.
trying to see that on before we came here, but we didn't have enough time. But we
Yeah.
definitely.
It's 117. Sorry.
Okay.
It devours competition with record-breaking $117 million opening.
That's pretty
Nice.
awesome.
That's huge.
And I mean, considering all the shit that's going on, like with the storms and everything, like it's
Yeah.
amazing that people
That is
still went
impressive.
out to go see a horror movie.
And this definitely means the sequel will happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, they already
We
had the
will-
sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just because the studio says they're going to do it, just because the studio
Mhm.
films it, doesn't mean it's going to come out.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
And this here means it's going to happen. So it was one.
Mhm.
But now, all right. What else we got coming up that you guys are excited about?
Let's see.
I'm definitely not excited to see Jigsaw. I don't really give a shit.
No one
Yeah,
cares
who
about
cares?
Jigsaw.
Fuck Jigsaw.
So I'm kind of intrigued about Flatliners.
Does anybody remember the original?
I remember the
And it-
original.
Okay.
Here's my issue with Flatliners. That movie doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a remake or a sequel.
And
I
I can
kinda
tell that
gathered
from the
that.
trailer.
Yeah,
It's
so-
just-
If it's a sequel, let it be a sequel. But I don't want to see a movie again where they've tried to make a remake sequel
Yeah.
and halfway through the tone switches. So
Yeah.
let it be what it's going to be. If it's a sequel, great. If it's a remake, great. But don't mesh the two together.
Like
Stop doing
Halloween,
fucking remakes.
like Rob Zombie's
Like Rob
Halloween.
Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we're getting a new Halloween movie. Not this year, but John Carpenter's involved.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
It will be Halloween 3.
Oh.
It's going to take place right after Halloween 2.
Good, because
It's not going to be
It
like
won't be
Season of the Witch bullshit,
No,
which
which-
had absolutely nothing to do
But-
with it.
Hold on. Which I actually enjoy Season of the Witch.
Why?
Because that was that's what John Carpenter wanted the Halloween movies to be. He wanted them to be an anthology type movie where every Halloween they just released a different horror movie under the Halloween franchise.
Oh.
okay.
So
Season
Michael
of the
Myers wasn't
Witch.
supposed to be in Halloween 4. It was supposed to be a different one, but because of all the backlash of it not having Michael Myers, John Carpenter bowed out and the studio went and did what the studio did.
Gotcha.
Season of the Witch made no sense to me, though.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't supposed to be a Halloween. It was supposed to be a Halloween movie, not a Michael Myers
But
movie.
I still didn't know what the fuck was going on.
So
in
witches
Season
put a
of the
curse on
Witch.
Mask, and they were going to take over the world.
Is that what happened?
That's what was going to happen. Yeah.
Oh.
I love watching. What is it? The fourth one with the girl. The fourth and the fifth one.
Fourth and the fifth.
I always watch those around Halloween.
Yeah.
Like
With
when they're
a-
on AMC all the fucking time.
I go through. I watch Buffy, during Halloween. Like I actually
movie?
no, the TV
Series.
show. I actually have to start because it's coming up soon. I try to get Buffy done before Halloween starts, and then me and Courtney just blow through every horror movie I own.
Really?
Like The Exorcist. I own every Friday the 13th movie, every Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Like,
Yeah.
That's what we need
Critters.
to do. We need to watch one horror movie a week leading
A
up
week?
to Halloween.
no, we watch like 2 or 3 a day.
No, at least once a week.
You get
Well, we
scared.
have to gear up for. No. But see, there's all these like horror TV shows, like American Horror Story and Stranger Things is coming back.
Stranger
Things.
I'm so excited for that.
Yes.
I know that's not a movie, but
Well,
oh my god, it's fantastic.
speaking of
That's
Stranger,
better than a movie.
It's better than that. Yeah.
speaking of Stranger Things,
Yeah.
you know what a pretty strange place to go is?
The Red Dragon Inn, of course.
Yes, the Red Dragon Inn. That's exactly what I was thinking. You know who brings us the Red Dragon Inn?
SlugFest Games.
And where can you go find out more information about them?
You can go to slugfestgames.com/ETG for more information. They've got other titles too. Roger,
Battle for Greyport,
High Noon Saloon,
Fishing for Terrorists.
and then swag out the wazoo.
So guys, go to slugfestgames.com/ETG for more. All right. So we Stranger Things. Yeah, we're all excited for that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. So the Kingsmen, the Golden Circle.
Oh, that looks cool.
I didn't see the first one.
I didn't either, and
I haven't
people
either.
fucking love it, and I'm missing out.
The American follow-up looks great. I saw
Yes.
a preview the other day when I went and saw Birth of a Dragon.
How was that?
Awful.
Really?
So it's like it's like somebody else's family paid to make Bruce Lee look like an asshole because he's an asshole in it.
Aww.
Well, here's the thing. You know Bruce Lee had an air of arrogance to him.
Yeah, he's a lot like you.
But I don't think he was a full-blown asshat.
Maybe
No,
not.
he wasn't because he's
So
Bruce Lee.
this movie like hit you right in the childhood is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying my dad was like, we need to get up and go. And I'm like, Dad, let's just finish the movie. He's like, but it's already, like, historically incorrect. He's like, this is total bullshit.
So it kicked your dad in the childhood.
It didn't kick him in the childhood. It fucking hit him in his belief system. Okay.
That's fucked up.
So my dad's a huge Bruce Lee buff. Huge Bruce Lee buff. And I grew up, fucking, before I could walk, I was watching Bruce Lee movies. So then you have something that's not historically correct, telling the story of how Bruce Lee came to be. And it's just like, what the fuck? And they made him out to be an asshole in it. So his wife, Linda, and his daughter are pissed. They're like, this movie sucks. It does not have our blessing. No. It's bad.
All right, so that's bad.
Sounds like
Well,
Well, so let's hit the big releases because like there's one movie coming out that not really that big, The Snowman. I think everyone needs to watch the trailer for that.
we just watched that,
trailer
today or yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks really
It looks-
good.
it looks interesting.
You've got, but the big movies we've got Justice League,
Mm-hmm.
which we're all holding our breaths for. You've got Thor Ragnarok.
Hells yeah.
That looks really
Which-
good as well.
It looks
amazing.
really good.
They are going to address where Jane Foster is in that, too. Like,
Are
him
they?
and her breaking up.
Aw, what's that one for?
It does look good.
Well,
I'm just not.
He's not into the comic book movies. Like,
But-
Well, no, I mean like
superheroes.
but specifically Thor. Like
here's
I'm
here's
just
why
kinda like, eh.
here's why you can't even see this one though because it's a buddy cop road trip movie with the Hulk.
I guess I didn't think about it that way.
Like it's a buddy cop road trip movie with the Hulk.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Chris
then in that
Hemsworth is
case-
funny.
Okay.
All right, so we're in there. But the big one, the big fall release, Blade Runner 2049.
48.
48?
Yeah.
No, son, Blade Runner
I
2049.
thought it was 2048.
Shut up. You're
My
wrong.
bad.
So you're off. That's
I missed it.
I am very reserved about this movie.
okay.
I don't want to. I fear it's going to turn into a replicant versus human war movie, and I don't want that. That's not Blade Runner to me. Blade Runner was all about the replicants learning that they're mortal, that they're going to die, and how does that equate? And trying to. The first movie was Rutger Hauer's the big bad guy trying to realize that he's immortal, and he says that line of, "I've seen things you couldn't comprehend. Where does it go?" You know, that existentialism of humans have a soul, we do not type debate. And when I see this trailer, though I'm excited to see Deckard come back and I'm excited for replicants and Jared Leto and all that, if it turns
That's
into nothing more
Yeah.
than just a bullshit sci-fi movie. You've tarnished one of the greatest science fiction movies of all time.
I thought I heard somewhere that Blade Runner did not do particularly great when it was first in theaters.
No, it did horrible. But that doesn't mean it's not one of the greatest science fiction movies.
I'm not denying that. But I think that's kind of ironic. And then years and years and years later, they're like, hey,
let's do a sequel.
This is borderline a cult classic because that's kind of...
No, it is.
So you have this cult classic and they're like, fuck it, we'll do a new one now. And we're going to put all these huge actors in it.
They had huge actors in the first one. Harrison fucking Ford, Ridley Scott.
Absolutely, I'm not denying that. But they're like, hey, let's get all the heartthrobs. Ryan Gosling, Jared Leto, Chris Pine. No.
I'm interested now.
What is your thoughts? Like movie experts?
I don't know. I think it looks... On the surface, I think it looks cool.
Visually, it looks really good.
Yeah,
visually.
I think that aesthetically, it'll be pretty awesome.
Right. I don't know what the story is going to be like.
But I am worried that the story will not hold up. And I mean, you can say that about any movie, but particularly this one, I don't know.
I mean, we've had 4 different versions of the original movie. Like, legit, actual different versions. You had the theatrical release with narration, voiceover, and a happy ending. Director's cut, the final cut, and then the uber final cut, the Ridley Scott cut. You've had 4 different versions, and each movie, what they're trying to get across has been there. And we can argue whether or not Decker was a replicant to her blue in the face. This movie here I'm afraid that we'll have a Ghost in the Shell type. A Ghost in the Shell type dilemma of we want to tell smart sci-fi, but we're too afraid to. So we're just going to just skim the surface and move on to the action. And this is the franchise that you just can't do that with.
What studio holds it?
Warner Brothers.
Oh.
And then for me, I'm very hit or miss with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
he's been in a couple of cool flicks, but for the most part, he's in garbage.
Yeah, and
what do you want?
I just don't always feel like he's that great.
Reese Witherspoon.
Just say what you want to say. He's not as dreamy as everybody says he is.
Oh, he's dreamy, but I don't feel that his
Terrence
acting
disagrees.
is that great.
No, he's not.
Okay, he's got a decent body, but his face is a little jacked.
He's
sometimes.
no Ryan Reynolds. He's no Ryan Reynolds.
But in his acting, I feel like it's just not.
I think all the movies that I like him in are just like straight dramas. Like I really liked Half Nelson, where he played the teacher that was like on drugs.
I'm just very much. I guess I'm more indifferent about him than anything. I'm like, yeah, I could take him or leave him. Yeah, mostly leave him.
Mostly leave him.
Yeah.
Mostly leave him.
Like,
all right. So let's talk here before we wrap it up. Warner Brothers. It's distributed by Warner Brothers and Sony. Blade Runner 2049. So yeah, it is over 2 hours. They're pushing the 3-hour mark. It's 1 hour and 63 minutes.
Oh wow!
So maybe they'll actually do something with it.
Yeah.
But what fall movie are you guys looking for? What?
I gotta stop this for a second. Have you guys watched Lars and the Real Girl?
I have,
because that is actually a decent Ryan Gosling movie.
It is.
He dates a sex doll.
So is The Notebook.
I disagree.
What do you want?
What do you want?
You know, when Courtney and I are when we're having the dinner conversation, that's legit. She's like, it's not that simple. What do you want? It's not that simple. We do this for 5-10 minutes, and finally she says White Castles or something.
Hey, I learned recently that you're just supposed to make a decision.
Yeah, look, I'm not that guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to deal with the if she doesn't like it.
Fuck that, dude.
So, what fall movie coming out are you guys most excited about? We'll start with Cody over here.
What is? Oh man, the fall movie I'm most excited about. Probably Thor.
Thor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrence?
Okay, I'm not gonna go as geeky, but I love Darren Aronofsky, and I'm excited to see Mother.
Mother looks really good. Jennifer Lawrence.
And Javier Bardem.
Is she single now?
No, Chris Pratt and her thing.
What?
That's the rumor. That's the rumor, Mel. That the reason Chris Pratt and Anna Faris got divorced was because of the hookup on.
I hope not, because that's that movie. What was that?
Exactly. Passengers.
Passengers.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
That was Jennifer Lawrence.
That's who's.
That's who's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
about
I'm thinking Ben Affleck's wife.
Jennifer Gardner.
Gardner. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No. She's totally single. Call me.
Babe.
Hey, I got the Electra bracelets right over here. Call me.
They are in the studio.
So Mother looks good. Yeah, Mother does look really good.
I'm excited for that one.
The prequel to Hellboy.
The prequel in quotations.
Quote,
because
prequel to Hellboy. Yes.
Yeah,
that
the Lady
looks
in the Water
good
looks
as well.
Chris,
Whatever the fuck.
Dude, I'm ready for that Thor Ragnarok.
I'm all in on Blade Runner and
Blade Runner. Oh, you're all in? You were just bitching about it.
No, I'm all in to see it. I'm like hyped to see it, but I'm afraid.
We're gonna go see it opening night.
I'm all in for Blade Runner.
I'm getting you into the fucking
and
movie
I
theater.
really, honestly, a movie that we didn't really give a fuck about, or you guys did, Jigsaw.
Okay,
You're
I'm not
excited about Jigsaw?
I want to see it.
I'm not a torture porn.
I'm not either, but I want to know what they're going to do with the storyline. I'm just kind of curious.
It's such a good story.
And I don't have a
It's such garbage.
Conjuring movie to go see this year, so I'll go see Jigsaw.
They are making a new Conjuring.
Yeah, they are making a third
Yeah.
one. It's not coming out this year.
They need to stop.
It is another one.
Why? They're good.
Yeah.
The Conjuring movies, except Conjuring 2 wasn't that good, but
Yeah, okay.
Conjuring 1 was amazing.
And
Yeah,
they're
okay.
making
So when
another
you're like, they're
Insidious
not
movie
that
as
bad.
well.
Yes,
No,
they are. Insidious Chapter
There's
4.
a time and a place to fucking stop doing shit.
Yeah.
Finish the
agree.
trilogy.
I agree.
You don't have to have a goddamn trilogy.
Look, if you start out saying you're going to have a trilogy, you finish it. We're seeing episode 8 this winter because episode 7 started the trilogy. Even though 7 was bad and 8 looks to be even worse, you finished the fucking trilogy,
I don't
Chris.
think it looks worse.
Oh, it looks worse.
No.
Yeah, because it looks like a shitty version of Empire Strikes Back.
Did you guys
We don't
watch
know that
Rogue
yet.
One? Did you like
Rogue One, I loved Rogue One.
I didn't care for
That was
Rogue
my
One.
favorite Star Wars
I
movie.
didn't mind Rogue One.
I didn't care
It was
for
alright. I watched Rogue One. It wasn't that bad.
It was a hell of a lot better than 7.
Yeah, I've taken shits better than 7.
Everybody
Episode
has.
3 is better than episode 7.
Well, that's... okay, hold on, time out. Episode 3
Is the
actually-
best of the prequels.
Yes.
And it's still better than episode 7.
I like episode 3. That's one of my favorites.
You're wrong. That's okay.
That's okay.
All right, hey.
Guys, do you have anything that you need to unload as far as comics go?
Maybe you're moving.
Maybe you're looking to get rid of some sweet pop culture stuff. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to call Paul Gabney at Cloud9 Comics. You can reach him at 314-691-2864.
If you're missing anything in your collection, you got a hole you're trying to fill. Go to cloud9comicsandmore.com.
I mean, look, they've got a little bit of everything. If you're looking for everything from a plush doll to a movie poster to trade, anything that you could want, Cloud9 Comics and More has, and they have an abundance. And then if you're looking for something CGC graded, we'll say you need Amazing Spider-Man 700, the City Edition. They generally have it graded, and you can probably find it at a 9.8 or higher. So guys, go to cloud9comicsandmore.com for more info.
And when you're done there, guys, swing over to entertainthegeeky.com. I see I did that. Swing on over to entertainthegeeky.com.
Thwip.
There you'll find all of our social media. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what fall movies you're looking forward to. We've got Facebook. We got Instagram. We got Twitter. We got it all. We got you covered in the ways of nerd world.
Cody and
Guys?
Terrence.
Anything you want to say?
Stay geeky.
Stay geeky.
I fucking love these guys.
So much. So Gerard Butler's in that movie?
And Ed Harris.